Hello. This is Yes, No, or Veto. We are on the beautiful rooftop patio at Craft Beer Market today. This is the review show where we review restaurants on everything except the food. Well, one, if I'm going to go review a restaurant, it's probably going to have good food. Two, if you've heard about a restaurant or you know about a restaurant or anything like that, if you're considering going there, chances are you can get something you're going to like. But what we want to know, what I want to know is what's the place look like? What's it feel like? What are the values behind that place? Who am I supporting when I go to a restaurant? So that's why we're here. My name is Tyrone. I'm the founder of Veto Inc., the app you use to choose. And this is our review show, Yes, No, or Veto. So we're going to get into a nice little tour of the restaurant. We saw some cool stuff. This place is absolutely beautiful on the inside and out. And this is a rooftop patio that very, very few people know about it. I even had a mini argument with my mom yesterday about it because my wife and I had been here, but my mom thought there wasn't one here. So my wife wins, I guess. And then we're going to get into a conversation with Colton, the general manager here. Amazing dude. I've been harassing him for months for a discount on Veto. So maybe after this, he'll let us do it or give you guys a discount. But here we go. Let's get into it. All right, we're back. This is Colton with Craft Beer Market. Thank you for having me here.
Thanks for having me.
We'll get right into it. So tell me about yourself, tell everybody who you are, what you do, your history, that kind of thing.
Yeah, so my name's Colton Scott. I'm the general manager of Craft Beer Market in downtown Edmonton. A little bit about myself. I've been in the restaurant industry for about 12 years now. I've kind of bounced around Canada and the U.S., kind of in my time away, I really just missed being at home and around family in Edmonton. So when the opportunity came back to move and take on a bigger role with a company like Craft, I kind of jumped at the opportunity to. Away from work, I'm super active, so try and stay busy with like camping, hiking, biking, cycling, that sort of stuff. I have a 1-year-old puppy, border collie, so she keeps us busy too. I guess work can be pretty hectic, so I just like to keep it low-key outside of work and just try and stay active, stay fit.
That's fair. I mean, and you say it's busy, it keeps you busy here, and every time I call you, you sound busy.
Yeah, I feel like there's always like a million and one things happening, and just always wanting to help out team members too, so try and be there for people, and always got something on the go. It's never a dull moment for sure.
Right, fair enough. Okay, so a little bit about Craft. I was looking on the website, there's 9 different Craft locations, or 8 in one opening?
Yeah, so we're 2 in Vancouver, 2 in Calgary, we're in Toronto, Ottawa, Edmonton, Kelowna, and then we're going to open up in Victoria as well. And they also have a smaller company called Central, where they just did their first restaurant in Calgary this past June-ish.
And where is home base?
Home base is Calgary. So the original one would have been the 10th Avenue location, downtown Calgary.
Okay. And I noticed, I thought this was the only one. The few times that I've been here, it's always really cool. You've got a great atmosphere, like a real kind of local company vibe. So what kind of, values, mission statements, that kind of thing, helps you maintain that for expansion and just keeps that going?
Yeah, so it starts just in our day one training program, we go through like what our company's values are. Our motto as a company is do the right thing. So kind of in everything that we do, with restaurant operations, with how we're growing, we want to make sure we're doing things in the right way. Just actually the name Craft is kind of like a little acronym behind it. So it's community, responsible, approachable, family, and true. And that's kind of everything we do aligns up with one of those different core values. Right. And that's kind of how we've been able to expand and just keep like the craft atmosphere, environment, and like team member mentality at each of our locations.
Right. Oh, that's awesome. And you can definitely feel it. Like it's a good feeling. And I mean, the aesthetic in this place is amazing.
Yeah, they did an awesome job. We just renoed back kind of the tail end of the pandemic, just in time to open for summer. So they did a really good job of adding like the trailer bar here, the cornhole games, and the rooftop patio looks great too. So it's got a little bit of a facelift for sure.
Perfect. So also on the website when I was looking, I saw in the chef or in the careers area, not that I want a job, well, I can cool work there, I guess, but it says that there's industry icons, celebrity chefs that are involved in your processes. So who are they? What do they do?
Yeah, so they help a lot with our menu development. So we've worked with Chef Peugeot. So he's based out of Calgary. He actually won Guy's Grocery Games.
Okay.
So he's helped us with a lot of our menu. I believe it would be our American double cheeseburger was his inspiration, some of our brunch dishes as well. So he's kind of like known very well in the Calgary scene. Right. And then we do like different chef partnerships. So chef, I believe it's Aaron Chen, helped do like some of our like Asian inspired dishes and brunch dishes. So just looking at bringing in talent from kind of all different parts of Canada, just to help influence our menus. So we're staying relevant, staying trendy.
Very cool. That's good. So a little bit about just kind of the menu and your preferences here then. So what is your favorite menu item?
Oh man, I'd have to give you two. So pizzas are phenomenal. We do everything on a handmade dough, house-made tomato sauce. And I love our queen bee because it's like sweet, salty, savory, spicy. Okay. So it'll have parlor pepperoni, house-made jalapeno relish, and then hot honey on top. Nice. So it like hits like every flavor palette. So I don't just crave pizza now. It's like I crave like that pizza when I want it. So okay. And then number two is like the American double cheeseburger. Just it's 2 patties, cheddar cheese, burger sauce, and then brown sugar onion. So I just love the sweetness of the onion. So those are probably like my go-to menu items at Kraft. For sure.
Just solid pizza and burger. That's good.
Yeah, solid pizza and burger, and then we've really tried to emphasize and expand like our program to be like not steering away from pub food, but just elevate it a little bit. So doing things like our sticky chicken ramen on this menu rollout, adding some of our like lighter items like our our Los Cabos fish tacos. So just trying to do something for everyone. We realize like we're in a downtown market. We don't want to be like heavy. We want to have like the lighter bowls and salmon bowls, stuff like that for people to come for lunch and like not need to take a nap afterwards, so to speak.
If more places let people nap at work, it would be...
All right, 30-minute siesta should be a thing everywhere.
Okay, so now I know this is kind of a thing everywhere, but the staff likes to do it, and kind of just a menu hack, something that people swap out, something that just an alternative to something that's standard that is notorious around here.
I think like a staff favorite, we've seen it at other crafts as well, is down at the Stampede helping the 10th Ave location, would be swapping the buttermilk marinated cauliflower from our Nashville hot cauliflower into tacos. Just doing like a vegetarian, cauliflower tacos. So feel a little bit less guilty having them. Getting some veggies in there.
Well, it's Tuesday, so. Yeah. Okay, and so now moving on to kind of like drinks. Obviously, you have a lot of beers, the beer market. How many beers do you have?
So we have 112 taps at our location. Every craft will have at least 100. And then on our list, we have 101 beers. And then 11 taps it'll be for wine on tap and cocktails on tap. So our like kind of little slogan used to be like where everything's on tap. But yeah, just like the wine on tap helps eliminate like your footprint with like how many bottles you bring in, the recycling that goes into like breaking down the bottles and cardboard and stuff like that. But also can't oxidize and go bad. So you just like prevent waste from happening too. So it just makes it a little bit more environmentally conscious. And then for our cocktail program, we work with Nick Hughes out of Vancouver. So he does a lot of our awesome stuff. And it's just for volume, like being able to crack open a tap, measure 5 ounces, pour it over ice, garnish and serve, as opposed to like adding 10 ingredients, shaking it. We want to be high volume, like that's our goal, is to grow and keep busy. And just by the speed of hand service and just kind of pouring it right over ice, it's everything we make in house. We make like large batches, we keg them ourselves. We have a team of people that do that for us. But it just helps with execution, getting it like a lot quicker and then a lot more consistent too.
Right, that's amazing. That's it. And the eco-friendly part of that is, I feel like it's so important, especially now. I mean, millennials and Gen Z and that kind of thing. Everyone's thinking about that stuff to kind of be evolving into that, making sure you're staying. And
you have to be, right? Like it's a big thing, but it is important because we do only have the one planet. So wherever we can, like even with our kitchen program, doing ocean-wise seafood. For our dress code as well, we partnered with Levi's to do like low water a low water cycle in the way that they make their jeans. We
Okay.
encourage staff to use like Tom shoes, where like you buy a pair, you give a pair, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So we've tried to build like that eco-friendly mentality, not just into our food program, but into our dress code program as well.
Yeah.
And then with our buildings too. So we're the largest LEAF certified, so leaders in environmental. LEAF.
So many acronyms.
Yeah, so many acronyms. Yeah, but essentially the way that our buildings are designed would be like LED bulbs, low flush toilets, double paneled glass.
Right.
We know that we use like a lot of energy in our industry, so we pay a company that kind of offsets the amount of energy used for our beverage cooler system.
Wow.
So they look at like the amount of energy we use for it, and it's like, hey, like we donate to different charitable organizations just so they can like plant trees, do beach cleans and stuff like that, just to offset like the impact that we are having on the environment. So there's like lots of different ways we try and like, we realize it's hard in our industry to do stuff, but we do whatever we can.
Wow. And so that's so crazy that you could say all of that. And I did a little bit of research on you guys first, of course, to kind of build up some questions, and I didn't see any of that. So it's not like you're kind of advertising, using it to pull people in or anything. It's just part of your culture.
Part of our culture
what
is
you're
just
trying to
do the right thing, right? And
Do
everything
the right
that we
thing.
do, we try and do the right thing.
I love it. Amazing. Okay, well, on that kind of note then, what other local community involvement do you have in the cities that you're in, or just in Edmonton, whatever you know about?
Yeah, so each location, so kind of in every market, so like our Alberta market, our BC market, our Ontario market, we do what's called a community brew. So essentially we partner with a local brewery for this run. It's out of Calgary. Next one will actually be out of Alley Cat Brewery in Edmonton. Okay. So essentially we team up and donate $1 from every pint sold to a different charitable organization. Wow. So it'll run for 4 to 5 months, depending on how long the cycle of our rotating tap list is. Yep. And then this one we're supporting PFlags. So PFlags is the only organization in Canada that's providing like mentorship and sort of like therapy and help for people that are kind of dealing with like gender and identity crisis or sexual identity crisis and that sort of stuff. So and then we'll do that. At our location, all of our bottles go towards the Edmonton Food Bank. We do a meal share program where for every salmon bowl we sell, we donate a meal to like at-risk youth.
There's so much.
Oh
God.
For us as well too. Like anything we can do to help out with like different like golf tournaments for charitable organizations and stuff like that. Yeah. We're involved with the Ronald McDonald House, where actually we'll go and like prepare meals and stuff like that, and sort of hang out and spend time with the families there. So in a lot of different ways at the store level. So.
Wow, that's amazing. And you know what? If anybody watches this, they'll probably like, I would want a job here. Like knowing some of the other places and just what they don't do after hearing something like that. It's like, this is a culture you want to be a part of.
100%. And like for us, like I've worked in a couple different restaurants and stuff, and it's always been like people is what makes you stay. Yeah. So we try and my chef and I's goal is to come to work every day and have fun together and just create like that fun atmosphere for everyone. So, I mean, it's a job, so that it's work at the end of the day, but we try and make sure that there's like that work hard, play hard mentality. Yeah. We try and organize like brewery tours for our staff. We do like biannual parties, like one in the summertime, one in the wintertime, where we recognize different anniversaries and give awards and stuff like that, and just thank everyone for the hard work. Team member of the week, so we recognize and give gift cards to different people every week just for hard work and cool stories and stuff like that. So for us, it's like
a little bit more than just like the pizza party.
Yeah, 100%. Like we want to make it fun. Like that's if I'm not having fun at work, then my team's not having fun at work, then guests aren't having fun here. So I don't know, like every day I genuinely just want to have fun every day at work.
Perfect. Okay, well, because we just spoke so good about craft, let's talk about something else.
Yeah.
I think it's important, and like you said, all the restaurant industry, we're kind of in this together. Everybody's working hard to provide good service and that kind of thing. So let's kind of give out some roses, quote unquote, to highlight some things that you appreciate, I guess. So what's your favorite restaurant other than craft?
Favorite restaurant other than craft? Oh my. I would say like the longest restaurant we've been going to as a family would be Tan Tan Vietnamese Noodle House. Okay. So we've gone there, I remember like 3-4 years old, and they've expanded and stuff like that. So we've never had like a bad meal, had like a mistake or anything made. So that's probably like our longest standing one.
And who's we?
Like my family. Like, so like my mom, my dad, my Guido, like it's been like a family spot for like different occasions and stuff. Yeah. I really like going to Dosk as well. I think they have a really wicked cocktail program. Their head chef's phenomenal too, so they're pumping out really, really good food. Yeah, I like for me it's like exploring, trying to find new things and new menu items and whatnot. A lot of different breweries too. I mean, I work at a beer bar, so I have to keep kind of relevant.
That's true.
So we spend a lot of time at Odd Company. They probably have my favorite beer right now. They're Good Chemistry IPA, and then the Growlery as well, super good. Their turboprop, their NEPA is phenomenal too. So it's kind of like when I'm not here, I'm usually in one of those 4 or 5 places.
Right. Okay. Cool. What's the best piece of advice you've had, like in terms of restaurant industry? Who gave it to you? What was it?
Oh man, best piece of restaurant advice. So it would have been from my general manager when I was working in the U.S. and I was coming to him to ask for time off I wanted to go to Japan to go on a snowboard trip.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, I know I wanted 16 days. I'm like, okay, but I'm not just going to ask for 16 days. I'm going to start at 3 weeks and work my way back. And so we're just sitting at a bar and stuff because we would just kind of meet weekly. I was like, hey, like I want to take some time off to go on a trip, like backpacking and snowboarding Japan. And he's like, cool. Like, how long do you need? Like 3 weeks? I was like, what? I thought I was gonna have to like barter with you. Like, I want 16 days. Like, okay, perfect, done. It's like, really? Like, that's it? I thought it was gonna be a challenge. It's like, no. Like, you work so hard for me. So he's like, I'm not going to say no. I want you to have like an incredible life outside of work so you continue to do incredible things inside of work. And that's been like my big thing. It's just, I've always tried and treat like my team members, my managers, my chefs. I want them to have a life and have fun outside of work. Yeah. I want them to be able to explore and do things. If you kind of prove time away or like make things happen for them outside of work, like they get burned out and they're not the best version of themselves. So for me, it's just like having that work-life balance and encouraging people like, hey, use your time off. Like, yes, we can make that happen. Yes, go on this epic trip because I know they'll appreciate it and show up better
they come
inside
back
thall these 4 walls.
Refreshed and rejuvenated. Yeah, absolutely. That's amazing. Okay. One more in terms of roses, but we sometimes in the restaurant industry we kind of when we're talking about guests, we focus on the bad version of guests. Yeah. So what's the one experience you remember where you had a great guest? Not something you did for them, but something they kind of did for you that's memorable.
I've had so many great guests over the years. I think that's like another big reason why I've stayed in the industry is the relationships you meet or make with like people inside of the restaurant. Yeah. So when I was working in the States, I worked very close. There was a Bentley, McLaren, Aston Martin dealership, and my general manager was like, "Oh, I think those guys work at Maserati. Like, you should go introduce yourself." So I walked up and was like, "Hey, like I heard you guys need to talk if I want a Maserati." And they started laughing because they didn't work at Maserati, they worked at McLaren. But I ended up becoming really good friends with one of the owners. He knew I was a big Oilers fan, so like when an Oilers game was coming up, he like texted me and like opened the text. It was like a link to 2 tickets to the game.
Oh, wow.
He's like, "Hey, like I'll pick you up," and he ends up picking me up like in a Bentley. We went to the game together and stuff like that. And yeah, just like really, really unexpected, but knew like kind of got to know where it was from. And that I was a big hockey fan, and he loved the Capitals. So we still text every now and then and banter when the Oilers beat his Capitals and that sort of thing. But yeah, it's definitely one of the coolest things I got to do for
That's amazing. Awesome. Okay. What's one thing everybody should know about craft? They probably don't know. We touched on a lot. We touched on like a lot of the eco stuff. Probably 80%, 90% of people don't know. But what's one thing that is very cool that people don't know?
I think at least at the downtown location, a lot of people don't know that we have like a beautiful rooftop patio. Yeah. So yeah, from as early as we can open it to as late as it'll stay open due to winter time, we'll have it open and ready to go up there. And then another thing I think a lot of people don't know, just like our freshness and our food program, we really take a lot of pride in the ingredients we're putting into our food. We have a scratch kitchen. We're doing things the right way. And kind of that emphasis carries into our bar program too, using like fresh juices, fresh cut lime wedges and stuff like that daily. So I think just like the level of emphasis we put into things that aren't beer, like a lot of emphasis into our food and cocktail program.
Okay. Very cool. And this is a chance to brag a little bit, but what would you say craft is the best at? If somebody is looking for that one thing, it's like you should go to craft for sure.
I think craft is best at like having something for everyone, right? Like if you want to find a beer, well, we have 100 taps for you to find like your next favorite beer. You want a great cocktail, we can do that. You want a glass of wine, we can do that. I think under our roof, there's really an experience for everyone. We've done everything from a full restaurant buyout for weddings to parties for like hockey teams and stuff. So I think, craft, there's something for everyone within our 4 walls.
Okay, beautiful. All right, last thing then. We're going to do a little yes, no veto here. Okay. We're going to pause for a sec. Okay, So, Colton, yes, no veto portion of the show, I guess, of the YouTube series. We're going to do a quick veto session. You can say yes, no, or veto, just as if you were finding some lunch today.
Okay.
Let's do lunch. It's going to find us some options. Yes means you go there. No means you would prefer not to go there. And veto, you can only veto once.
Okay.
Veto means it's at the bottom of the list. We're not going there for sure. So we'll start voting. Bistro Praha.
Bistro Praha, yes. Been there with the family. We love it.
Yes. Yeg Pizza on Wheels.
Never been there, so I'm going to say no.
No. Cafe Amore Bistro.
Cafe More, Dynamite, yes, absolutely.
Yes. Rosewood Foods.
Rosewoods, I go there for coffee every day. Absolutely, yes.
Absolutely, okay. Joey Bell Tower.
Joey Bell Tower, can't say no to Joey. I have to say yes.
And Bianco.
Bianco, they're fantastic too. Mike and Joe are great. Got to say yes.
All right. And the Golden Bird Restaurant.
Golden Bird, never been. We're going to say no.
No. All right. So no vetoes on that session. We got our summary here. We'll close voting, view results. Joey Bell Tower.
Joey Bell Tower is the winner.
All right. There you go.
Sounds great.
Just like that. Okay, so that's it for today. You've been amazing. You're a great speaker. We found out some great information. This is Yes No Veto. Definitely come to Craft.
Yeah, definitely come to Craft. Ask for Colton. We'll make sure you're taken care of.
Perfect. Thanks so
Cheers.
much.
Thanks for your time.